everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, joined once again by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
This is
Sweaty
episode 28,
people.
right? It's 28?
What?
This is episode 28, right?
Yeah,
Sure?
I think so. No.
All right, we're going to pretend it's 28 because that's all I know right now, and I'm going to go with what I know. How are you today?
I'm hot.
I mean, like, how are you physically? I'm not talking about your appearance right now.
I'm sweating.
Oh, you meant, like, actually hot.
Yeah. Ow! Sorry.
I apologize for that, folks. There's something wrong with her. Like, I'm not gonna.
You've never had a small child dig their hands as a grip.
I'm not gonna come out and say like exactly what's wrong with her, but there's something wrong with her. She's a little loose, but
She just gripped into my wrist. It hurts so bad.
whatever. Man up, you be all right.
Yeah, but New York City's going through like a heat wave. Well, I don't want to say heat wave because meteorologists aren't calling it, I guess, a heat wave, but it's hot this week. It's been 90 degrees for like 2 days now.
Ooh, 90. I'm down here
It's
in Texas.
May, Travis.
I'm down here in Texas. It's 95 every day. Get over it.
But it's May.
I know
It's
what month
not
it
even
is.
technically summer yet.
I know what month it is. I know the seasons. I just have no sympathy for you. Just like when I'm
I wish
here
you would.
and people talk about how cold it got over the winter. And I'm like, yo, I grew up in Chicago. I have absolutely no sympathy for you and your conception of cold. Like 40
Whatever.
degrees and they're like, oh, it's so cold. Motherfucker. It is -3 up in Chicago right now. Shut up. Anyway. That's not what we're here for, though. We're here to talk about, Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, that whole Berlanti-verse, Arrowverse, Flareverse, Clusterverse, as Mara likes to call it.
Mm-hmm.
A Clusterverse that's soon to be expanding, apparently, because announced last week, like right after we finished recording, Black Lightning has been ordered to series. Like it literally,
Yay!
That announcement came out literally right after we finished recording last week, and it was just, I was irritated. But hey, whatever. We're talking about it now. It's been ordered to series, and then how appropriate. We just got a trailer dropped for it too, so it kind of works. Even though I feel like Berlanti is trying to kill me slowly, making me work harder because now there's a whole nother show we got to add on.
Do we know what day of the week that's coming on?
Nope. But it got moved. But Legends got moved off of Thursday, so I'm guessing Black Lightning will put on Thursday.
You almost had your Friday show.
I almost had my full week. You're right. I almost had a DC show every day of the week, and they took it from me.
I'm sorry.
I was so close. So very close.
I am genuinely sorry for your feelings.
Yeah. It's all right, though. I think I'll survive, even though now I have to watch a 5th show, because we're going to keep doing this show. And on top of the fact that I have to watch a 5th show, we're going to have to, alter the name of the show. Of our podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here, trying to think of what it could possibly be now.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, because Black Lightning is now a part of this, and Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow does not include Black Lightning in it at all. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. But we did get a trailer for it, though. So let's talk about that for a bit. And about Black Lightning in general. Because
start us off, Sir Cussalott.
I shall. So, we know so far, Jefferson Pierce, a.k.a. Black Lightning. Yeah, Luna. Jefferson Pierce, a.k.a. Black Lightning. Give me some time. I'll get to it. Your old impatient ass.
She can't wait anymore.
Like, for real. I hear
She's
you.
like, nigga, if you're not going to say it, I'm going to talk about the trailer.
Jesus. So impatient. Anyway, Jefferson Pierce, a.k.a. Black Lightning. It's all about him. By the way, played by Cress Williams. He's done
What
quite.
is he from? I've seen him in something.
You've seen him in a lot of things, but what I remember him from is Living Single. He was Scooter, Khadijah's boyfriend.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I know what Living Single is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that was, you were like 5 when it came out, maybe. But,
Pick your jaw up a little bit.
Hmm?
I remember what that was.
Yeah, I know. It is surprising because, like I said, you were an infant when it came out, but
I was a toddler.
If you say so. Anyway, it's set in New Orleans, which is interesting because in the comics he's actually in a neighborhood in Metropolis, but they put it in New Orleans.
Fun fact. This will now be the second show that's in New Orleans.
And what's the first one?
The originals.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch
I meant like on the CW. Sorry,
yeah.
I brain farted on that.
Farting on stuff. Speaking of farting on stuff, I saw that South Park, Fractured But Whole trailer yesterday or the day before. There's a lot of farting going on in that. South Park game.
Oh, the video game?
Yeah, the Fractured But Whole. Yeah. Comes out in October. Anyway, there's a lot of farting going on, that's why. But anyway, so in the trailer, it's narrated by one of the daughters because it's about him and, his family, 2 daughters. It's very family focused from what I can tell about this show. Black Lightning has retired. He retired back in 2005, according to this trailer. And he, retired because, his wife asked him to. He's like, yo, like the kids need you. I need you at home. You're killing yourself out here fighting for the city and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So he's like, yeah, you know what, for you, I'll do it. So he retires. He becomes like the principal of a school. But without Black Lightning around, the streets get real. He
became very domesticated. That was funny.
Yeah, he became, he's a principal. Like, he goes from fighting crime to telling kids to stop running in the hall. Like,
stop running these drugs. Stop running in the hallways.
Yeah, that's basically what the difference is. But yeah, this one gang called the 100, not to be confused with the 100, the television show, but a gang that's actually in the comics also called the 100. They came back all strong and shit without Black Lightning out there to stop them. Let's see what else we see in this trailer. Looks like he made the suit for himself to be I guess to resist bullets, also to kind of harness his electrical powers, kind of keep him a bit more focused, maybe, is what I can see.
My only thing is, throughout all that time, you're telling me there's never been an incident with his electrical powers?
What do you mean an incident? Like what?
I mean, they just go off, or they accidentally get revealed?
Nah, I doubt it. He can control it without it just popping off on its own. But I think when he's actually using them to actually do shit, he uses the suit to keep him under keep him from going too crazy.
Gotcha.
At least that's the way I interpreted what I saw. We also see a little glimpse of his daughters having some powers also, because her hands were glowing and shit, which in the comics his daughters do have powers.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, his daughter in the comic, one of them is called, I believe they're called Thunder and Lightning in the comics. And one of them has this ability to make herself really dense and shit. So say she punches you, it feels like you got punched by a cement block.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like that. She's able to increase her density. She can hit the ground and make this weird wave of energy when she hits the ground. Kind of like thunder, which where she got the name Thunder. And then her daughter, the other daughter, is just like him basically, and that's why they called her Lightning. So
could you imagine growing up with those names?
Well, those aren't actually their names, they kind of
okay.
Yeah. I forgot what their actual names are. It's I'm kind of familiar with those comic books, but I'm not super familiar with them, but I do know that's what their powers were. They also they put this little tagline in here that I thought was pretty cool. Justice walks like lightning, strikes like justice. I fucked it up already. Justice walks like thunder, strikes like lightning, and runs in the family, which is like yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, kind of sets up the fact this is about like, you know, him and his family and the shit that's going down in the city. From what I remember reading, like it's like one daughter is all hell bent on, like, you know, helping the city, fighting for justice and all that, but the other one got involved with the gangs. At least that's what they were saying before. I don't know if that's still the case, because they're saying that like the pilot that they used for CW isn't the same one that they used when it was supposed to be on Fox, so they may have changed the show.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. It seemed like they were pretty much all together on this trailer, so who really knows? One thing I want to point out though that kind of disappoints me, I'm not very happy about it, but I'll accept it, is you know, Berlanti and the folks have said there are not going to be crossovers with this show. I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that, because I need my 5-show crossover. With all
That's
of them.
just so much work.
It is, but I want to see it anyway.
CW was probably like, we're gonna greenlight this show for you, Greg, but you don't have the budget to cross it over five
do.
ways.
Oh, they better give them the budget. I swear to God. Like in the spring, I don't even want it in the first half of the season. In the spring, be like, hey, look, we're gonna have an event. It's gonna be epic as fuck. We're having Supergirl on this shit. We putting the Flash and friends on this shit. We putting Arrow and his boys on this shit. We putting the Legends on this shit. And we putting motherfucking Black Lightning in this shit. And all of them are gonna fight together, because fuck it.
And then that's when the head of CW was like, no.
And then Berlanti says, we do this shit or I'll walk. And then the head of CW says, all right, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, if Berlanti ever threatened to walk, like, CW would have to, like, lick his balls to his asshole.
Yeah, basically. Like, this all falls apart without him. CW crashes and burns without Berlanti, because he's more than just these DC shows. Like, he runs other shit on the CW, too. So,
like what?
I'm not sure exactly. I believe he's part of the 100. And it's a few other things. It's not just the CW. It's not just the DC shows. I got to look into it, but I believe.
But I mean, like, out of all the shows in their lineup, like, the DC shows are, like, you know, the heavy hitters.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of Supernatural. They just lost not lost, but, like, Vampire Diaries is over. That stupid show Reign is ending, or has ended.
Man, I hear Riverdale's a hit. Is Riverdale good? You watch Riverdale, right?
I started Riverdale. I fell off of it because I had other things to catch up with.
Mm-hmm.
But because of their deal with Netflix, it'll be on Netflix in like 4 days. So I'll just binge the whole thing.
Yeah.
But of like the few episodes I saw of it, it's good. Like,
is it?
It keeps you. I want to know what's going on in it, because all the trailers.
Okay, so here's my question: like, knowing Travis like you know Travis, is this worth Travis's time? Will Travis like this?
I'm trying to think, because like it's like a teen drama.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I know how you are about those.
Ugh.
But I feel like there's other stuff to it. Like I only got like the tip of the iceberg. I only got the tip, bro. I didn't get the full shaft.
You didn't even get oh, see, they gave you just a tip. They didn't even go balls deep for you. Okay, I got you. Haven't even gone balls
like
deep
I didn't get the rest of it. My friend's been telling me like, yo, you gotta catch up, but
oh, so your friends went balls deep. You just haven't gone balls deep.
Yeah.
Got you.
But yeah, so
anyway, back to Black Lightning. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me see.
We should just be called the CW show.
No, because I'm not gonna watch that other shit. I'm not doing it. I might watch Riverdale. I might watch it just because the summer's gonna get here and I'm not gonna have much to watch because everything's gonna be on hiatus for the summer until Game of Thrones starts. But outside of that, I probably won't have much to watch anyway. So I might check out Riverdale. Anyway, I'm not watching the rest.
I think I thought of a name for the show.
Tell me after we're done.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as Black Lightning goes, it looks like it's closer to the tone of Arrow than it will be to the lighter, happier tone of Supergirl and Flash from what I see in the trailer. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. Kind of balances things out because
need some grit.
Yeah, like Arrow's the only show that's really just got like that to it, The other shows are more like seem to be more positive and more happy until this last episode of The Flash, which we'll talk about soon. But they seem to be the more positive shows. So yeah, that's about all we got as far as Black Lightning goes right now. I'm looking forward to it, even though it means I got to work harder.
But it'll be something fresh. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I would be remiss if I didn't point out the fact that we got a black superhero on TV now.
Black excellence hashtag.
Hell yeah.
I mean hashtag Black excellence.
I know what you meant. Speaking of which, they did say in the trailer hashtag Black Lightning is back.
You're baiting the millennials.
I am. That's exactly what they're doing too. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
And they got me.
I'm not above it. So yeah, that's it for Black Lightning. Anything else you want to talk about with Black Lightning? Anything you want to touch on or little tidbits you want to throw in there?
Nope, because I don't know a lot about Black Lightning, but I guess I'll be spending the summer reading up on him. So
yeah, man, you can open up that little DC app, look at a few Black Lightning comics. It looks, from what I've heard, this came out, I went all in as far as what I'm going to see and what I think that people are going to see and what they're going to throw in there and all that. Believe what people are talking about is they're doing what's called his year one run, which I believe came out in 2009. So that might be where you want to start.
Okay.
I'll look into that also, get further verification on that before I send you off like that. But I believe that's what people are saying. But now that that's over with, not like we wanted to get through that real fast or anything, but we got some shit that went down this week on these shows that we need to talk about.
Can I just say
what you want
how
to say?
Grateful I am that we have this show? Because when I think back to like when I watched previous seasons of Arrow, and then I guess when I was binging through Flash, I didn't have anyone to talk to about this stuff, really. But, like, on this kind of platform.
And now you have me.
Like, I mean, I had Shayna to talk about Arrow with. But it's like, I feel like
Shayna, a fan of the show. She listens and watches and comments and tells me how I frustrate her because I keep talking about how shit doesn't line up. Yeah, what were you saying? Which it still doesn't. I don't care what she says, but...
I feel like this is like a whole new, I get to take a whole new depth into it and get a whole other fresh eyes on it.
Yo, also, those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones, we're going to be doing the same thing with Game of Thrones this year. Like, we're going balls deep on Game of Thrones. And yeah, like she said, live 30 minutes after it's gone off, or for those of you who watch it, via on demand. So it goes live, say whatever your time zone is. Let's say it's 10 o'clock, depending on your time zone. It goes off in an hour. 30 minutes after that, we're live on Twitch talking Game of Thrones every week.
Think of it like an after show, because there is an after show.
Well, see, here's the thing. That after show doesn't come on until Monday. So we're actually before that after show. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Virtual pound.
Hell yeah. But anyway, we have this episode's gonna go long. I can feel it already. What order do you want to go in though? Let's talk. Let's I'll consult you on this. Which one do you want to talk about first? You want to go ahead and get Arrow out of the way because that one didn't have as much going on in it.
Yeah, sure, because it's probably the shortest segment we'll have.
Yeah, I'm figuring with Arrow, it's more of what you would expect from the episode before the finale,
Yeah.
It was purely to set up the finale.
The finale looks wild.
Yeah, this episode was purely there to set up the finale. And I'm okay with that, which is what I was expecting from all the shows. But that's not what we got at all from Flash or Supergirl, but especially not Flash. We got finale kind of shit on Flash. But
Mhm.
unless, once again, you're talking Game of Thrones, the kind of shit that happens on Game of Thrones happened on Flash. But anyway, this episode of Arrow was called Missing, which was appropriately named because people started coming up missing. Starting with Renee, who we were talking about last week was just being a dumbass for not showing up for his daughter's shit. Come to find out, he got snatched up. At least we think he got snatched up because we still haven't seen his ass.
Yeah, I think that's a good assumption that he was taken before, because like Quentin kept talking about, he was like, I know him, like he wouldn't just bail on his daughter like that, not when there was chances of him getting her back.
That's the thing. Like this entire episode, we didn't see him or Dinah.
I don't care about Dinah as much.
I mean, you don't care. I know you don't care. I don't care either. I feel like I was talking about this with a friend of mine, Matt. Shout out to Matt. Where
I didn't text him back. I'm so sorry, Matt.
Terrible.
He was texting me all morning, like, have you watched these yet?
He told me he asked you earlier, and he was like, yeah, she said she's watching it now. I needed somebody to talk to about it. I'm like, I'm sorry. But anyway, what was I talking about before we went on this tangent about Matt?
You were talking to him.
Before that. Go before that.
I don't
know. God, you're useless. Fuck, what were we talking about? What the hell, Mara? You know I'm drinking. You're supposed to be here to keep me level.
As you take another sip?
Yeah. I'm not going to stop drinking. Like,
I didn't say you had to stop.
What do you think this is? Fuck. Anyway, whatever.
We were talking about everyone being. You were saying how I don't care about Dinah.
Oh, right. And I was saying, like, Dinah's. I was assuming from when she showed up, she's just a placeholder from when they put alternate Earth Laurel in her spot.
Yeah.
Like, she's just a placeholder. Like, I really feel like the long-term goal is to put, Earth 2 Laurel in that spot to get Oliver and Laurel together, like in the comic books.
You know what?
I know you are all Oliver and Felicity. I know this. And
I think this episode is starting to solidify that Felicity is coming back.
You think that, but see, here's the thing. I still think that Felicity is that long-term big bad, and that she's going to turn evil eventually, and he's not.
It doesn't mean they can't be together right now.
Yeah, for now, but I'm thinking the long term is still Oliver and Laurel, and for now,
that probably won't be until they reach season 12.
Well, this is going to go on forever, so it's just it's not going anywhere. Superheroes are here to stay. So, yeah. Anyway, this episode kicks off with it being Oliver's birthday, and they were talking about how his approval ratings are up and shit because they got Chase. He's all locked up, even though we knew from last week that Chase was like, yeah, I want to be here, motherfucker. I was happy to hear that they at least mentioned the fact that Susan exists. Even though like they're not gonna do anything with her, but they were like Oliver's all like, yeah, I got
a date with Susan.
Yeah, he's like, I got a dinner, I gotta go to dinner tonight, and she's like, well, please say it's not with Susan, the reporter, or whatever her full name is. Who cares?
He was like Susan Barnes or something like that.
Like I said, I have no idea. I don't know. I just you just be happy. I know that her name is Susan. All right, So yeah, so they at least mentioned her and acknowledged the fact that she exists. But Oliver's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that Felicity booty over here because, that's what I really like. And Susan was just, she was a nice distraction until I got my woman back.
Susan was the rebound.
Yeah, basically. I wonder if she knew that. You think she knew that?
Probably up until the moment she found out that he was the Green Arrow. And then she realized things were going down from there.
Oh man. So yeah, he was supposed to be meeting Felicity for dinner. Turns out it was actually a surprise party.
I agree with Quentin. That was a bad idea.
Oh yeah, yeah. We said that last week. Like, yo, you don't surprise this man. Like, people die.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. Call back. Last week's episode. Let's see. We also saw that Curtis made a device for Dinah. Help her focus her Black Canary powers. The little screech thing that they do.
I was kind of really anticipating seeing that get tested or work.
Here's the thing.
And then she was gone.
I'm expecting Earth 2 Laurel to use that.
I know, but still, how much you want to bet they just killed Dinah already?
Wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, I expect her to just be a placeholder.
Poor Dinah.
Yeah, well,
Is it wrong that when I picture Dinah, I always see fucking Maggie's face from Supergirl?
That's odd, but it was really funny at first because you didn't say anything after fucking. So, like, is it weird that whenever I picture Dinah's face, I picture fucking? Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah. And, normally I try to go in and edit out the pauses. I'm leaving that one in there. Like,
I'm sorry.
That awkward pause we had earlier trying to figure out what we were talking about before. Yeah, I'm leaving that in too. Like,
at least Shayna will know that you did that on purpose.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's see. We got some flash.
I'm just saying.
Saying what?
That's how irrelevant Dinah is. Because I don't remember her face. I just put another face in front of hers.
I really don't know what she looks like either. Let's see. I mean, when she shows up on the screen, I know that's her. But
right.
It takes considerable concentration for me to remember what she looks like. There's some more Oliver Felicity stuff that goes down, with the two of them like, hey, yeah, we kind of want to try this thing again and yada, 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 yada. Flashback, evil Russian dude. I definitely...
He was supposed to be dead.
Yeah, he was supposed to be dead. Old Drago. I was definitely thinking when they introduced that little serum thing that he was using on Oliver, I'm like, he's going to use that on Chase to find out where everybody's at. That was what I was thinking.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, but we didn't get it, and I was disappointed. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We got, we talked about Black Siren. She got out thanks to Chase. Chase was using her to snatch up Thea and Quentin.
Her and her whole, I owe him everything.
I don't know. She didn't say she owes him everything. She was like, I owe him for getting me out of prison.
No. I mean, like, I know that. I was just like, I'm kind of just paraphrasing and being exaggerative.
Yeah, I know. I just think there's an important distinction there, which is why I think she'll be, flipped back over to the good side, because she was like, I'm with him because he helped me get out of prison, and that's it,
I didn't realize that Quentin didn't know about the other Earths things yet.
Yeah, I mean, he was dealing with a lot, so every time they're dealing with that kind of shit, he kind of just, you don't really talk about everything with him.
Yeah, I guess.
It's really weird to me how he just found it so hard to believe after he saw, the Flash and aliens, Like, you need to just accept what they tell you now.
Right? Like, he was like, now you're just talking ridiculousness. And I was like, out of all the things you've seen, you've had a daughter come back to life.
Yeah, like you had a daughter come back from the dead. You saw a man able to run at the speed of light, basically. Able to run so fast he can go back in time. You saw that dude. You saw aliens invade. You've seen all these metahumans. Like, and you
won't believe that there's another Earth out there?
Yeah, you have a hard time, accepting the alternate Earth thing. Come on, bruh.
I'm trying to remember I'm pretty sure there's other stuff I want to talk about with Arrow, but I just can't seem to put my finger on it.
I'll keep going until you remember. Evelyn's back.
There we go. Finally figured out where the fuck she was.
Yeah, what if, like, yo, Evelyn, where have you been? Like, what's your purpose?
Besides throwing trank darts at people.
Yeah.
She literally only had like all of 2. I wonder how the actress who plays her feels. Like, she must feel pretty like left out.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of the times they're just happy because they're getting work.
True. Who plays her? She looks like one of the. She has like one of those faces where she just looks like a whole bunch of other people.
I'm about to say she just looks like all those other people who play teens. Like,
yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So we have this whole thing where Oliver sending Felicity and John away. Like, yo, I need y'all to get out of here, so he can't use you against me. You know, that kind of thing. But of course that doesn't work because they get snatched up anyway.
Because, and I think the thing was like Felicity was right. Like, they overthought it. Like, you know, yes, I thought like, you know, Oliver was gonna be like, I need y'all to stay right where I can see you at all times. But instead, he sends them like, go where I can't see you.
So he can just snatch you up with a clan of ninjas.
Right. And then Felicity was just kind of like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes sense, but it's just like, it doesn't feel right. And then it turns out she was right.
Then
they got snatched
John
up
was like, maybe we should do it because it doesn't feel right. Like, what the fuck kind of backwards shit? Like,
right, because then Chase was just like, he's going to send them away.
Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah. So we got Oliver after we find out that, you know, Chase actually did snatch up William, which we expected.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way he would just go say hi to him. Like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And then just kept it moving. There was no way that was happening.
Right. We see that, like, you know, Earth 2 Laurel is clearly, like, bothered by the whole snatching up Quentin thing, too. So, which further leads to me thinking, like, yeah, that's the longer term goal. She's gonna be on the team.
Well, because wouldn't Quentin still be like her father on her Earth?
Exactly. Which is why it would make a difference to her. Which is why when he was saying you don't know how hard it is for me to deal with this, and she was all like, kind of like indicating that she kind of did know. I'm guessing it's because he's dead on her Earth. You know?
Oh man, that's so sad.
That's what I would think. At least that's what was going through my head at the time. So
that makes me sad.
Yeah. But, you know, Oliver eventually, like, you know, frees Chase to save his son. You know, Chase goes free. And Oliver decides, you know, to assemble a new team. A new temporary team. Of people who he probably shouldn't be trusting. But he has no choice.
Right?
One being Merlin. The second being Nisa, you know, as you all remember, daughter of Ra's al Ghul. Even though she didn't know that one of the people they're going to end up fighting against is Talia al Ghul, another daughter of Ra's al Ghul. So he's like, you know, you got to fight your sister.
Why would they tell her that?
I mean, she was going to find out anyway because, you know, once the shit
But
goes...
I wouldn't tell her when I still need her hair, when I still need her help, not her hair.
Well, you're going to need her help when it comes down to the fight anyway, and she's going to show up there. So
I would just bad talk everyone, just like talk them up, like, you have no idea how bad these fucking people are. They've been doing this, and then this way she gets there, she's so angry, and she's like, the fuck?
It's a good, you know, it's a good idea. I don't know. I feel like it would be better the way he did. Like, yo, look, it's.
He's probably gonna tell them.
Yeah. So he grabs her, and then he does what some would think is the unthinkable if you hadn't seen the trailer from before and knowing that, you know, Slade was going to be here. But he was like, hey, going down to Argus, like, hey, bruh, you, the one that tried to kill everybody, I need your help.
I thought he was on the island.
Yeah, but he was in an Argus prison on the island, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
You didn't say Argus, then you could have said he was in the prison.
Well, you know, when you walk in it did say Argus inside there, you know.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was like, the inside of it looks like a cave.
Yeah.
With the barred door.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he goes and he's like, hey, Slade. I need you to do your Slade shit and do, some death stroking.
Could you imagine being an Argus agent on Lian Yu? Like, just, your whole purpose is to make sure this nigga don't die?
Or get out.
Right.
Speaking of Lian Yu, that's the name of next week's episode. And shit is going down.
I can't wait.
Like, Oliver's new squad versus Chase's squad. So we got Prometheus, kinda Black Canary, Black Siren as she's called now. Talia al Ghul. Is that all he has? Does he have anybody else? Besides his other his other ninjas and shit.
Evelyn.
Oh,
Laurel.
Evelyn was the one I'm thinking. I know there's one more main person. Then they got
Irrelevant.
Oliver, Malcolm Merlin, Nisa, and Slade. Nisa, whatever.
Do you think Rags is gonna come back anytime?
It's a good question. He could be the one that comes along and saves the day.
I don't know how you figure out that they were there, but I'm very curious about that.
He'll figure it out because comic books.
Okay.
But yeah, that could be a good thing too. Like, hey, Rag Dude, come and do your Rag Dude shit. And he, saves everybody. Anything else from Arrow though?
Lord, I'm ready for the season to be done.
One more week.
I just want to see him put an arrow in his fucking face and be done.
Here's the thing. Do you think he kills him?
I mean, there's no reason not to.
Well, see, here's the thing. He kills him. He's exactly what Chase says he is.
And if he doesn't, then what? Like, he probably
saying.
has contingency plans for even if he doesn't kill him, or if he does kill him. Chase is like, either today I live, go to prison, or today I die. And he probably has a plan for either one.
So then why kill him?
Because I'm tired of his shit. I can guarantee you Oliver's probably tired of it too.
Yeah, I hear you. Anything else with Arrow you want to talk about though?
Nope.
What you want to go to next, Mara? Which one you want to talk about?
Let's do Supergirl.
Supergirl? That's what I was thinking too. This episode of Supergirl is called Resist. So
Resist.
Yeah, man. So it's not so subtle nod towards, things that are going on in our country right now when people are talking about, the current administration and people saying resist. It's one thing about Greg and especially Supergirl, actually. They get kind of political in this show pretty often. So the episode kicks off. Lena's waking up in this, strange bedroom that she doesn't know.
It's quite a lovely bedroom.
It is. If it weren't for the fact that she's being forced to marry, it'd be okay.
Yeah, now that was weird as fuck.
Oh, yeah. You're going to marry my son because I said so.
Right? Like, no. And then it turns out it was just so it could legitimize an heir that she technically don't even need the two of them to make.
Like, I don't even need your consent. I can just take your DNA and your DNA and put it in a tube and boom.
Right? So, I don't know. That was kind of weird.
But yeah, Mama Daxamites trying to make her come over to her side, but, she's not with it. There's people on Earth that are fighting back because the Daxamites are just doing their thing. Like, hey, give me that shit. We did find out in answer to your question, though. They are just in National City.
Yeah. She was like, just be happy. I'm just taking this city. And I was like, but what's so great about this one city?
Because Supergirl's the real threat to her. Because quite honestly,
she was just gonna enslave. She just thought she was just gonna enslave that whole city along with Supergirl. Like, she thought Supergirl was just gonna bend to her will.
I figured she's like, it's kind of like on the same level as when on the Power Rangers when Rita or Zed, we were like, yo, we're going to attack Angel Grove because that's where the Power Rangers are. If we can take down the Power Rangers and get Angel Grove, we can take everything else. So her whole thing was, we take down fucking National City and we take out Supergirl, nothing's left to stop us.
All right.
That's what I was thinking. Let's see. Not only do they like start taking National City, they also get into the DEO, you know, which I'm assuming is in National City from what the show was established. Of course, they have Mon-El.
I will say one thing though. Lena's wedding dress was bitchin'.
That red dress? You like the red dress?
Yep, red dress almost turned into red wedding.
Were you a little gel?
Huh?
I said, were you a little gel?
Yeah, I like that dress. She was able to pull it off. I can't pull that off. I'm short.
Speaking of Lena, I saw King Arthur earlier this week. Well, maybe you could say over the weekend. She was in that.
Was she really? I heard it's not doing so great in box offices, and I'm really sad about that.
Let me tell you why. Because it wasn't that good.
No.
It was so sad. And the problem is, like, it was on a day where I'm like, you know, I'm going to have a full day of cinematic adventure. I'm going to see 2 movies today. So I went and saw Guardians, and I saw King Arthur right after that. Should have done it in reversed order. But maybe not, because I was, you know, significantly more intoxicated when I started watching King Arthur, so I was able to enjoy it more. But yeah, she was in that. She was only in it briefly, but she was in it.
Was she naked?
No, she wasn't naked.
Oh. That's where I thought you were going with that.
No. If only. I would have definitely led with that. But I would have just been like, yeah, I saw her naked, and then told you how I saw her naked. But yeah, I saw her along with a couple other couple of Game of Thrones people, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like Littlefinger, he was in it.
Okay.
Roose Bolton.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about there? Yeah. So I saw both of them. I think that was it for people I know from Game of Thrones. But anyway, back to this show.
You know, when you start pulling up a British movie, like people, like a British movie, you're gonna start getting random Game of Thrones characters
in a medieval
anyway.
setting, yeah.
It's all the time, even if they were in Game of Thrones for like 0.5 seconds. Like
You're right. There may have been other Game of Thrones people in this show who were only in Game of Thrones for a scene. Anyway, we're talking about Supergirl now, though. So John is actually still all fucked up from what they did to him last week. You know, fucking with his head and everything. Kara's like, you know, I don't know where the fuck Clark is at, of course, because, you know, can't have him being helpful.
Right? Like, what the fuck? What is up with this man's contract that he couldn't be more involved?
Well, we did see in the trailer, you know, where he actually is at. He's kind of under, you know, Mama Daxamite's control somehow. So
yeah, that's what I need answers to that too.
Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure they'll answer because it's mostly the main plot of the finale.
Yeah.
Aside from, you know, the fight between Mama Daxam and
that trial by combat.
Like, I was like, you just started trial by combat versus Superman? You gonna kill your cousin?
Is that the trial by combat versus Superman, or is the trial by combat versus Mama Daxamite?
I have no idea.
Because she
but
fights both of them in the trailer, so it's just like
I'm just saying, because it was said first before their fight clip. Like, I assumed it was between them.
Possibly, but you never know. You know how trailers are.
You know, their editing's spotty.
Yeah, not even spotty. It's more of just misleading on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
What else? Cadmus lady shows up. Like, yo, let's team up.
She's about as welcome as Malcolm Merlin is at Oliver's hideout.
Yeah, man. We're like, we are not with this at all. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, let's team up. They say, fuck you. She tried to hit him with the whole, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But nah, bro.
And then she pulled the, the per usual, the double crossing, and left Monel and fucking Kara up there.
Of course, we knew she was gonna do some kind of double cross. It's just, it's what the bad guys do.
Bad guys stay being bad guys.
Mm-hmm. We also got another answer to your question as to, what's the president gonna do?
She was like, blow them motherfuckers up.
Yeah. She wasn't with that shit at all.
She was like, I was on some other planet. She is a fish looking like alien. I was not prepared for that. And she was like, I've already seen one planet taken over. I'm not letting it happen to another.
Yo, how amazing is it though? You're from another planet and become president of the United States.
You've literally gone against, what is that? Isn't that in the Constitution?
But you had to be born in the United States? Yeah, she definitely was not.
But she definitely broke the first and biggest rule of becoming president.
Yeah. Clearly that don't matter to her. Nope. But it's an alternate Earth. Maybe they don't have that rule.
Maybe. You're right. Gotta remember, they're not the first Earth.
They're not. They're I don't know what number they are. Just, not one. Let's see. Oh, another big one. Cat Grant is back.
And she's back for good, right?
I don't know if she's back for. I don't think she's back for good. I really don't. I think she left the show because they moved it, to CW, which means they're shooting up in Vancouver. She was only with it because before they were shooting in LA, Once they're
and Callista Flockhart, being Callista Flockhart, was like, no, I must stay in LA.
Yeah. So she was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But they got her for the finale and the pre-finale. Let's see. What else? Anything big? Let me think. Look through my notes, actually.
There was nothing big till Superman came up and sucker punched her.
Well, we got a little gem from Cat Grant when she was telling Supergirl, yo, the secret to happiness is human connection. Something I realized, as I was going out traveling and shit. That was deep. Okay.
That was a lot deeper than you would expect from Cat Grant.
Mm-hmm.
But again, other than that, nothing else in this episode was shocking until Superman sucker punched her.
Let's see. Oh, well, speaking of Cat, I thought it was pretty funny when she was talking about what Jimmy did to her office, with the free weights and shit.
It's funny because I had been saying, I was just like, Jimmy left the office, the way it was. I didn't even notice all that other stuff in there.
Here's the thing.
So
I'm not sure if that other stuff was ever there before.
Huh?
I'm not sure if that other stuff was there before this episode. Because you never really, I don't even think they showed that part of the office anyway.
Yeah, they didn't pan the office that much. So that's what I was saying. But I was saying, he left the office kind of effeminate. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I was just
didn't really
he made it seem like it wasn't his office. It was just him sitting in Cat Grant's office.
Right. Oh, let's see.
I thought it was funny when Guardian came to save them from the Daxamite soldiers.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you, Jimmy. He's like, I'm Guardian. She's like, Jimmy, I can see your eyes through the slots.
Yeah, and she knows you. So,
which is how I'm trying to figure out, how didn't Kara or anyone else know this motherfucker was Jimmy?
Well, I think that when Kara looked at him, it wasn't her eyes she was focused on. So,
So what was she focused on?
I don't know. You tell me.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You wouldn't know?
No. I would not know.
Yeah, I forgot. You don't like him like that.
Nope.
You make it way too easy. You really do. You set yourself up for it all the time. Hmm? Hmm?
Keep going.
Oh man. But yeah. Let's see. What else we got here?
You still got more to talk about with Supergirl?
I'm just making sure we touched on everything. Yeah. We got Cat knows it's him. Let's touch on a bit with this whole Superman being like, on the wrong side of shit thing. How the fuck she catch Superman like that? Like,
I have questions. Like, so remember when I believe it was okay, yeah. So it was towards the end of season 1 because this is only season 2 of Supergirl.
yeah. That's kind of how it works. You
I
get a
was about
season.
to go so deep into my memory as if there's been like 4 seasons.
Yeah. Only one that's really gone that long is Arrow, because
And so remember last season when I want to say the other, like Kara's rogue kryptonite aunt and uncle, were brain controlling people.
Talking about Ray Kryptonite, when she went like all evil and shit.
No, not controlling Kara. Like they were controlling everyone in the city.
Yeah.
And they
Including
got Superman.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When they had mentioned that Superman might be out there helping, I was just like, nah, that nigga's out there definitely causing more trouble. Like they definitely have mind control. Like he's already shown that his mind is very weak. Like he's very susceptible to mind control. So, I mean, even though I was surprised when he sucker punched her, another deep cynical part of me also is not surprised that he was controlled and sucker punched her.
Fucking Clark. Before we go, I want to point out, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention what I believe was Zod. Because it's been mentioned before that Zod was going to be a part of Supergirl. And in this trailer, we saw a guy we haven't seen before. Looked like an older gentleman. Looked like he had some ability behind him. And I'm thinking that was Zod. So I think we're going to see Zod in this finale.
It probably won't be to the end. And it's just so that you know that the next season coming up will have Zod. Being funny.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was getting ready to say something. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that important.
All right, Mara. It's the time we've been waiting for.
For the table flip show?
Yeah. Because, goddamn it, Flash. Episode of Flash was called Infantino Street. And some shit went down in this episode, but I really don't feel like any of it matters because fucking Iris is dead, Mara.
Yeah, Iris still died.
Like, they went through all this shit trying to steal the damn power source and all that kind of shit to get the damn little Speed Force trap cannon thing, gun, whatever you want to call it, to trap Savitar. He said, fuck that shit. And he still killed Iris.
And even when Killer Frost, was confronting Evil Barry about it, she was like, do you think you'll be able to do it? You may not be Barry, but you have all his memories. So you remember all the times that you grew up together, falling in love with her, you guys kissing and all that stuff. Like, can you actually do it? And he proved, yeah, fuck right, bitch, I can do it.
Hey, God damn. And the thing is, this whole season was set up to make us think, like, okay, how is he going to save Iris? How is he going to make this work? How is he going to figure it out? Well, guess what? He's not.
I think in the long run, though, goddamn sirens.
Yep.
It's New York City for you. I think
He's fresh as hell because the Fed's watching.
I think in the long run, I want to say low key, this is something the show needed. Like the real big deaths that, you know, the Flash has had in the show. I mean, albeit his mom and his dad died very tragically. And then I guess the only other death that was really kind of heart hurting was probably Ronnie and what's his face. And those weren't
Eddie.
even that sick. Huh?
Talking about Eddie?
Yes, and Eddie. Eddie hurt more than Ronnie, but still. It's like
you didn't really know who the fuck Ronnie was anyway, so it was just like, yeah, bye. That's the thing. And my thing is, I think
they needed a good, big, major death.
See, here's the thing. I hear what you're saying, that you thought maybe it'll like jolt the show a bit. To have a big, major death as part of the main cast. I just don't feel like that's what this show is. That's why it shocked me so much. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the kind of show that kills people off like that.
Because, I mean, think about it. Every season Flash has had, like, you know, there's a problem. One of their lives are probably, like, all of them are, like, at risk for doom and peril, or the world is, and, you know, they fix it anyway. I think this season was that season to show Barry, you can't fix everything. Because I think about it this way. You know, he did Flashpoint, and he thought he would have fixed all of his life problems by saving his mom. Would it do? Create more problems. What does he think he do? He's like, I've fixed other things in the past. I can fix this too. And then this Savitar was like, nope.
Here's my thing though. Here's what I'm thinking though. Because Savitar mentioned something in the last episode that makes me think this isn't over. Because
of course it's not. There's a season finale next week.
Here's the thing. He said himself, like, yo, this whole changing the timeline thing and time travel shit, he was like, yeah, you know, the more you do it, the less the rules apply to you.
You think he's going to go back and save Iris?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. You know why? Because I would. I don't give a fuck.
And we haven't heard any rumors about Candace Patton leaving the show.
Exactly.
So.
Like, you don't just get rid of her. Like, you don't just get rid of her like that. Mostly because I said so. And I will not just let them deny me of Candace Patton on television every week. I can't. You've given me that for 2 years and 3 years actually, and I'm just not going to accept the fact that you're going to take that away from me. So I'm not going to believe that she's gone. So I'm going to assume next week on the finale, when everybody's feeling all sad for themselves and shit, that Barry's going to be like, fuck it. Let me go back. I'm going to fix this shit. Let me also say what I'm confused about. I thought about this. All those times Barry went to the future. Why didn't he help? Because you can change, you know, you shouldn't change the past and all that. He's already affected the future, you know, when he went to 2024 and get them to all get back together and be like, hey, y'all need to, like, you know, be back and be a team and shit. So he's interfered in the future before.
True.
Why can't he just do that?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think future's fickle.
I think he should have. He should have helped out. More than one Flash could have beat Savitar, or at least stopped him from killing Iris. He went to the future twice, and he could have done something.
But if he brought future Barry back to the past, wouldn't that be inadvertently Barry still changing the past? For future Barry?
Who said anything about bringing him back to the past? You just stop him from killing Iris and kill him.
I'm confused.
Okay, so remember, he went to the future twice and saw Savitar kill Iris. Twice.
Yes.
Either one of those times, he could have himself, as he went to the future, stopped it from happening.
Oh, okay. No, I'm thinking of, like, emo Barry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of, like, distant future.
I'm talking about the Barry that went into the future. He could have done something and be like, yo, I'm here. I'm watching this happen. I know what's going to happen. Why didn't he do anything about it? Especially the second time he went into the future.
That's true. Him and Cisco could have been like, shoo, shoo, and zoom, 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 zoom.
Speaking of Cisco, this whole showdown that's about to happen with him and Killer Frost, I am not ready to see Cisco actually lose his hands for real.
Right?
I'm not okay with that. Like, this is
It's
about
like
to
watching
be
a surgeon losing their ability to do surgery.
like in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grey's Anatomy, but yeah.
Well, yeah, we're in the vein of superheroes right now, so I went to Doctor Strange. But
That's fine.
my thing is, I'm not ready for that. That's too much. That's too much fucked up happening at the same time, Mara. Like, I can't
They
have.
gotta bury Iris, and fucking Cisco gotta lose his hands.
But we do see in this trailer for the finale, it looks like Cisco still has his hands. So I'm guessing that doesn't actually happen.
But for how long? And then, if not, what happened at that showdown?
Speaking of sad shit and shit that just, brought on the feels, as you kids like to say.
Poor HR.
I'm not even talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about when Iris told Barry she wanted some caviar. He went to go find her some caviar. She recorded herself saying her vows on his phone.
Yes.
I was like, oh, goddamn.
Right? If it wasn't for the fact that spring and all this heat has been drying off my eyeballs, I was going to cry. Like, I felt my tear ducts working, but nothing was coming.
I was like, God damn. And then he kills her, and I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, just, hence the table flipping memes and shit. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not okay with this, Mara. Like, I'm not.
I know you're not. I can see it in your face.
And here's the thing. Like, so much else happened in this episode. Like, we got Snart back. And I'm just like, I don't really want to talk about that right now because of the shit that went down at the end of the episode. Lila was in this episode too, but who gives a fuck? Like,
to touch on the Snart part, though, I will say I think that does, still add up more to what I've been saying. Is that because when he brought Snart from 1890 from wherever the hell the legends were at that time, Joe and them were like, I thought he was with the legends. So as of this point, he still hadn't died yet in their time. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Rewind that whole statement. I'm not just cut this whole part out.
No.
Please?
No.
Not even the slightest chance?
Nope. Anyway, thing is,
but you get what I was trying to say, though.
I know
right?
what you were getting at. It just didn't add up. I know what you mean. But the thing is, because Barry was traveling in time too, so it was just,
No, because he took him from a time when he was still with the legends, right. And I realized that made no sense because when the crossover happened, Snart was already dead.
Yeah.
All right, so at least we're there on that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I was talking about how things didn't add up and line up and shit, all your arguments made sense if they hadn't had that crossover. You know what I mean? Like, the crossover, made it all. Anyway, besides that, we got Snart in this episode, and he did the no strings on me line, which I was like, hell yeah, ain't no strings on you, Snart. I feel you.
I love that line.
Yeah, man. I was feeling it. Yeah. Let's just give an A for effort on Wally trying to defend Iris when Savitar showed up to snatch her up. He got his ass whooped, but he tried.
Nah, he's like a paraplegic now, so.
Not really. He's just on a bed, He's just,
His leg is broken. I could have swore his back broke when he threw him against that railing. I thought we were about to see wheelchair with Wally.
Well, as far as what they said before, the wheelchair thing didn't happen until after Savitar killed Iris, because he went after him after that. So I don't think
maybe he didn't find out he was paralyzed yet.
So he ran without knowing he was paralyzed. That's why he still was able to run. Let's see. What else can we talk about? How the trap didn't work somehow, and
Can we just talk about that King Shark moment for a little bit?
what about the King Shark moment? We talking about when he lost his hand?
No, but that was actually really kind of cool when that happened. But like let's just talk about how much Snart went up higher on my like list during that time. Because what did he talk about? He talked about one of my favorite summer television events
Shark
of all
Week.
time, Shark Week.
Yes, I figured Mara the Shark Watkins would enjoy the Shark Week reference. Yeah.
Yes, and he was talking about how great white sharks, they don't like to be in water under this certain temperature. And so they're like, we just got to get it to like 56 degrees. And King Shark will go night, night. But if you want to kill this motherfucker, you can kill him. But we can just put him to sleep.
Yeah.
And then so when they're walking through like all that mist or whatever, and you see King Shark's fin like just rising up and down, and I was like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, you start thinking, like I said, they mentioned Jaws and just the Jaws vibe you get, and just like dun 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 dun.
Right?
Oh.
But that was just a great moment.
Yeah.
It took a little bit away of the table flipping.
Yeah, after that, they just, like I said, like, if we weren't doing this show, I would have forgotten about all of that because they just took it all away from us. You get that feel-good moment with Barry and with Snart, and you're just like, yes!
The shit hit the fan after that.
That's the thing, after that, like, section, I guess, that act was over, like, oh, okay. Well, time to get that showdown with Savitar. Like, oh shit, no, this episode's not over yet. Oh shit. Wait, no, what? Yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
I was not ready for that at all.
They shot the sheriff, man.
And didn't shoot the deputy. Anything else from this particular episode before we talk about next week?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't know either.
I don't have any soul in me to talk anymore about Flash.
I hear you. Like I don't have much left either because they hit me deep. They really did. But next week, the episode is called Finish Line. Iris is dead, and nobody is doing well. That's all we know. Like, what happens now? Who the fuck knows? But I need to see it. Because give me something. Just anything to get me through this.
I can't give you anything. I'm sorry.
I wasn't really asking you. I was just saying in general. Like, I just need them to just lift me back up. Because, like I said, Flash is, for what they establish, is one of the more positive of their shows, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they just wanted to let you know that anyone was expendable.
No, anyone is not expendable. Because I really feel like she'll be back. Which is why they killed her this past episode instead of in the finale.
I felt like I watched the finale, and now I feel like next week's is going to be like a bigger fuck you to the viewers.
No, this is not Game of Thrones, Mara. This is not Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones has turned me into a cold, cynical person.
Yeah, clearly.
When it comes to watching TV.
Clearly. But anyway. Time for that question, Mara. Who's winning? From what I think and what I've seen this week, you got 3 pretty strong candidates.
I would say Mama Jackson, but then again, I feel like Chase is still winning here. Chase is winning like a few strong, solid weeks.
Mama Jackson is winning right now, Chase is winning right now, and Savitar is winning right now. But of those 3, who are you going to give it to? Because all 3 of them are sitting pretty much on top right now. They all got what they want pretty much so far.
I'm going to say Savitar.
You going to say Savitar?
Because I feel like his main objective, I guess, has been completed. The whole half of this season has been him going like, yeah, I'm going to kill your bitch, man.
Here's my thing. when he showed up to begin with, why did he take so long to kill her anyway? It was always so. I was curious about that. But anyway, so yeah.
Because I feel like he wanted, like he was toying with him. It was like, he never. I don't think the intention was for it to be known. I don't think they ever intended on Barry going to the future to see him kill her. But what he figured once he saw it, he was like, "Now I'm gonna fuck with you more. You don't even know that I'm you." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was more of like, it was gonna get to that point anyway. But it was like, he kind of, I think like his objective at first was, I'm gonna toy with him till he figures out who I am. Then I'm gonna kill his girlfriend. Or I guess now fiance. But you get what I'm saying? And then when Barry accidentally, because he says in the beginning of the show, I accidentally ran to the future and saw the woman I love get killed or murdered.
Yeah.
So I feel like once all that happened, it just set a bigger thing into motion.
I feel you. So we're giving it to Savitar?
I'm giving it to Savitar.
Who's losing?
Who's not losing?
It's a good question. Because once again, there's 3 candidates because all 3 of the main characters are losing right now. But who's losing the most?
I say Oliver.
You say Oliver? Why do you say Oliver? Because Oliver seems...
I mean, Barry lost the love, like, the love of his life is dead. But he's lost that. Like, he's at risk of losing that one person this whole season. Like, Chase could, like, literally just kill Oliver's whole fucking team.
I hear you on that, but here's my counter to that. Because I feel like, yeah, that's possible, but Oliver at least has a plan. Barry has nothing. Like, his plan was that Speed Force trap thing, and that clearly didn't work, and now Iris is dead. He has nothing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, but he still has his team.
I mean, Oliver has a new team. Much more efficient team.
In October, they're just gonna go back to fucking fighting each other.
Yeah, that's true. But for right now, he has what he needs.
For all we know, Oliver and his new team will execute their plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is gonna turn around and cut fucking Merlin's other hand off. Like,
I mean, I hear you, because fuck Merlin. But my thing is, he at least has something. Oliver has nothing. You know? Like, Oliver has a plan. Barry has just nothing. Just a loss of just everything.
I don't know. I'm going to say Oliver, because I feel like as a parent, to have someone take your kid, like, yes, I feel for you. You lost your fiance. But this is my blood. This is my blood and my, I guess, his low-key work. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my blood, sweat, and tears right there that you have, that Chase could single-handedly just put a throwing star in between his eyeballs.
Well, also, you know.
And his other love of his life is there.
This is true.
I'm telling you, Olicity is going to happen. Unless Chase kills her, but I don't see that happening. But
no, he's not going to kill her because she still has to become the bad guy. It's okay. Just accept it.
They tried it. They abandoned it. Travis, just let it go.
They didn't try it. They just teased it a little bit. Kind of like how they just teased us with the Killer Frost thing before, and then eventually actually did it. Same thing with Felicity. They're going to tease a little bit now, and they're like, yep, when it actually happens, yup. So you say Oliver's losing. I say Barry's losing. We'll agree to disagree on this one. Anything else you want to talk about with anything else that happened this week, or what you're thinking about next week, or anything else?
I don't think I'm emotionally stable enough for next week.
You're going to have to be. Because it's happening whether you want it or not.
And the only reason I say this, because it sucks, because, Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yes.
And then I have Shondaland on Thursdays, which normally still puts me in a very emotional spot, but it's enough, like, it kind of gives me a little bit of respite where, like, I can get past what happened in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And let me tell you, Travis, Grey's Anatomy and Scandal both had their season finales tonight. So, I mean, I missed Scandal, but I'll watch that tomorrow. But, like, next week, I'm not gonna have a fierce Olivia Pope telling me to put on my white coat and be a gladiator because she won't be here next week.
Well, let me ask you something, because I haven't watched Scandal since like season 2, and I like saw that one episode that made me just be like, "Yo, this is my dude." Is Papa Pope still there?
Yes.
Because that's my nigga. Like, they tried to kill him one episode, and everybody that tried to kill him ended up dead. That was so fucking awesome to me. I'm like, this dude is the truth.
Oh yeah, he's a real force on Scandal. I'm telling you, you should just pick it back up.
Like, they tried to kill him like in a restaurant or some shit, and he was talking to Olivia, and like they sent in like this whole squad of people, and that whole squad ended up dead. I'm like, you the man. Anyway, we're talking about superheroes now, though. So anything else with these shows besides your whole I can't deal with this thing that you got going on right now?
Nope.
All right, we'll end it for this week then, folks. You can follow us on, various social medias, including Twitter and Instagram at Creation Magazine. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation Magazine. You can find me at Sir Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Where can they find you, Shark?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @MaraDaShark_. That's MARADASHARK_. I had to think about that. I thought there was more after the underscore.
Oh, man. That'll be it for this week. We'll see you next week for the finale. Until then, stay creative, stay free.
Bye.